Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Sheila Fossen. I help with.
I'm Dr. Ernestine Garcia doing the readings today.
Jake Fernandez.
Hi, I'm Susan Clark providing the music for you this morning.
Thank you. We're going to get started with the evocation. If you close your eyes and join me as we move into that centered place where God is eternally. We are created in its likeness and image, and we are here to live to the full extent its love, its peace, its harmony. And so as we start this service today, I know that all those that join us are blessings to this service. And we multiply the consciousness by coming together and knowing the truth for each and every one of us. So I give thanks for this service, knowing that it unfolds in its splendor and glory, and that each person receives exactly what they came to receive, and they give what they came to give. Knowing that this word cannot come back void, I release it now into the love and into the law. And together we say,
And so it is.
So our special music today is Susan Clark. And why don't you get us going, Susan?
All righty. Sung by Karen Drucker. It's called I Send My Love Over the Mountains. And then we're going to send our joy, we're going to send our power, we're going to send our peace, our passion, and our love all over the mountains. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me peace. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my passion. I send my passion over the mountains. I send my passion over the sea. I send my passion into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and
And so it is.
Yes.
And so it is.
Yes. We have some business to take care of, and we'll get back to you for another song shortly.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It was wonderful.
So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. Check out our website, cslmetro.org, North Metro, sorry. Go to contact us to get yourself on the email list. You can request prayers there, and Reverend Michael's blogs there, and the affirmations and the spiritual mind treatment that Stephan does every week are out there. Today's title is It's About the Journey. And you already met our wonderful guest musician, Susan Clark. And today's reading is from Innervisions, the guide for daily inspiration. And the reading is written by Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith.
So long. Long name.
It is. So I think we're ready for affirmations.
Yes, we are. That'd be Ernestine. Dr. Ernestine. Hey, there you are.
Good morning, everyone. Affirmations for the week of May 22nd, 2022 by Stephan Anthony. Please repeat after me. The world around me reflects the perfection within me.
Around me reflects the perfection within me.
My truest self is revealed in every new moment.
My truest self is revealed in every new moment.
Right here and now, I accept Spirit's love.
Right here and now, I accept Spirit's love.
I am open and receptive to God's joy always.
I am open and receptive to God's joy always.
The light of the one life shines through my being.
The light of the one life shines through my being.
My intentions manifest fully and powerfully.
My intentions manifest fully and powerfully.
And together we say,
And
And
so
so
it
it
is.
okay. Today's reading is from Innervisions by Michael Bernard Beckwith. Where do we find the courage to commit unconditionally to what is in our present moment experience, come what may? Courage is not the absence or denial of fear. It is facing fear and surrendering to the gifts it offers. To change when change is needed, to embrace the unknown in the ongoing journey of understanding who we are and why we are here on the planet. When we make an unconditional commitment to our journey, our intuitive faculty, attuned to spirit, choreographs every step of the way. Each of us is equipped to make a come what may commitment of unconditional surrender. What are we surrendering to? The divine impulse living right within the midst of our psychological fragility, personal quirks, and unresolved issues. At times, it may feel like we're walking a high wire, attempting to maintain our balance between knowing if what we are about to do or say is coming from our inner guidance system or from our ego. It's so easy to use high consciousness language to convince ourselves that we are expressing from our higher self, or to do a spiritual bypass in order to avoid appearing negative to ourselves and others. It can be quite subtle. When we give our unconditional commitment to wake up, come what may, it gives us a taste of genuine freedom, of living now, right here, right now, on the spot where we now stand. Heaven is happening right where we are, right in the midst of challenges as well as joys. And we accept both as lights on our path. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Ernestine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's time for some
I
music.
think it is.
Susan Clark, once again.
All right. I picked out a song this morning that was written by a couple friends of mine, and their names are Catherine McGill and Stu McCaskey. And this song is called Many Paths. There are many paths leading to the mountaintop. Upon arrival, however, the view is the same for all of us. Many paths, one truth, many roads to choose, many ways to help you find the good inside you. When it's right, you'll know deep inside your soul there are many paths, one truth. All my life I have heard it said, there's only one way to find God. But now I see there are many paths to you, so many roads to find the truth. And when it's right, you'll know deep inside your soul there are many paths, there's only one truth. If my way should be the one for you, I'll be happy and I will show you my path. Oh, but if you should choose to take some other road, we will still share the same truth. There's a way for each of us to go. No special name that says we're right. It's not the name we choose to call ourselves. Only truth will ever make you free. And when it's right, you'll know deep inside your soul there are many paths, one truth. Many paths, one truth. Many roads to choose. Many ways to help you find the good inside you. So many ways to help you find the good inside you. There are many paths, but there's only one truth. Many paths, but only one truth. Thank you.
Oh, once again, you picked a song that just fits so beautifully in what we're talking about today. Thank you.
I'm so happy that it worked. Synchronicity,
Yeah, it's kind of like
spirituality.
getting prayed in.
Yeah, good. All right. Looking forward to hear your talk this morning.
Thank you.
Hey,
Here we are
here
again.
we are.
What I know is when we spiritually awake, we come alive and we drift into another way of being. And it feels like drifting because we're partially in our old way of thinking, and we're stepping into this new way of being and thinking. And it can be exciting, it can be frightening, it can be a lot of things, but it's up to us to recognize that when we awake, we know that we are not our bodies. I can speak for me. I'm clear that that's not the truth of who I am. My body is not who I am. It's what I use to be in this human experience. And we're all in the same boat, moving in the same directions, but in so many different ways. So being human is important because we're in this body, and that's the thing to do. We have to eat, we have to work, we have to do all the things that we do to move from one experience to the next. But while we're doing this, the most important thing to understand, and it's what the awakened beings know, is that it's about the spiritual journey that we came here. We didn't come here. This isn't the final frontier. This is a stopover for us to get what it is we need in order to grow and expand in our spiritual, our highest spiritual way of being. So it matters not when you're on your journey, whether you turn left or you turn right. You'll always be where you need to be. It matters not what you choose to do or not do, because you'll always get what you need to get. And this is very important to understand, because we can tend to judge a choice we have made as being bad, or we can praise it for being good, but there's neither. It's about the awakening process that we're all here to experience and to use this human experience as a way of our divine unfoldment. So understand that we can't claim that I shouldn't be here because I'm here. If I wasn't here, I'd be someplace else. So it's important to be totally where you are on your journey, whether you're going through something traumatic or you've stepped into something uplifting and inspiring. It's important to be awake and aware, to know where you are on this journey. So there are no such thing as I shouldn't have done that, because you did it. And in doing it, something has affected you spiritually. Something has affected how you choose to look at life and live life. And when you step into your awakened being, you step into a higher realm of understanding, and you see the purity of what life is all about. You see through the past mistakes and realize that they weren't mistakes. They were just divine opportunities on your journey, divine opportunities to unfold and expand into something greater than what you pictured yourself being. I guess the important part of that is don't picture yourself what you're supposed to be, because if you're picturing yourself as something, then you're not allowing yourself to be that which you are which you truly are, divine children of God, made in God's likeness and image, perfection of God being revealed through you on your glorious journey. would you jump in here, sir?
So I know all of you that have been in classes with us and that have been around us a lot have heard me talk about the 51% a lot. But I'm going to talk about it again because I think it bears repeating and I think we forget it. And so sometimes when things maybe aren't going as well as they could or should, or I think, that they could be, I have a tendency to think things like I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done it this way, or I should have done it that way, and we talk constantly about up-leveling our thoughts to that which we want and creating that which we think about. And so then we can get into that guilt and that blame thing because, I shouldn't be thinking this. And so I just, one more time, probably will not be the last time, want to bring up that 51% thing because we just need to nudge it a little bit. It's like we don't have to get from here to here in a day or even a lifetime. We just keep nudging it a little bit. And so Ernest talks all the time in the book about how we're spiritual beings having a human experience, about how our thoughts are powerful things and that we're actually manifesting. He says a thing about, he says, the law is always working according to our belief. So even when we think the law is not working because we're not getting what we want, it's working according to our belief. So what that means is we need to up-level our belief. So we aren't going to get from here to here in a day, and maybe not even in a lifetime, but we can move it and move it and move it. And we can begin to recognize earlier, so I don't need to be shooting on myself here for this thing. I can say, I'm going to make a new decision right here because I just noticed it. And I don't know how many other people think that they need to be perfect all of the time. It's a thing I've been working on my whole life. And I think I'm doing better, and then I make a mistake, and then I go to all that, I shouldn't have done that. It's so strange. I think we do come in with some core issues, and that just seems to be one of mine. And I get to learn, and I get to learn it over and over and over again. I'm here to be human. I'm here to do the things I'm doing. I'm here to learn and grow, and it's really okay. And so if I can just move just a little bit into the more positive, I'm going to get more positive things. And then if I can just move that more positive into the next more positive, I can get more positive things. And so what I'm inviting us to do is to not shoot on ourselves and to recognize that, just like Reverend Michael just said, the mistakes are part of the learning experience, and that's part of the process, and that's why we're here.
Right.
Exactly. We wouldn't be making mistakes, and we wouldn't have come here in this human form if we weren't going to make the mistakes to learn and to grow and to be. And I think about it sometimes. If everything were as perfect as I'd like them to be, it probably would get boring.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have like a little more boring. Like we waited till after Mother's Day. We're really good about that. We waited till after Mother's Day. Then we went out and we got a ton of plants. And we came home, spent an entire day planting them, thinking, we got it now. We got our sprinkler system all set. Oh no, now it's snowing. Now you got to cover them all and bring them all in. And not only so, then Reverend Michael's like, so it's only supposed to get down to whatever it was last night. And I'm like, some of those plants are not going to be okay. We got to cover them all again. And so, and it's okay, because even if some of them die, that's part of the experience. It makes me sad because I don't want that to happen. And we don't just get the things that we think make us happy, because that's not what helps us grow. If nothing ever was challenging, nothing ever what we would label wrong or what we would label bad, we wouldn't do our growth. We wouldn't have our experience on this planet that we came to have. And I've been really thinking about all of the violence and all of the things that are going on our planet. And I know that it's a violent planet. I know it's always been this way. And I look at it and I just go, I can't imagine, especially for the shootings that just happened in our country over the last few days or week. How miserable must that person be? How much must they hate themselves to be able to do that to other humans? Because we couldn't love ourselves and do that to someone else. Do you think?
No.
I just, so my initial reaction is to lash out in criticism of that person. And the law's going to do all that. I don't need to do it. But I recognize within myself that when I move into hate, that's a place where I need growth, because that person needs love too. Because also that which I put out, I give it more of. And so it's really important for me to move through the need to blame and shame and because all I can do on this planet to make things better is to be the best me I can be, and to, when I see blame and when I see hatred and when I see violence, to find that place within me where I can send love to everyone involved, where I can send love to our country, because we certainly need it, where I can send love all over the planet. We've been praying and praying for the Ukraine, but there are so many places that just really need our compassion and our love and our hope and so that we can move to that place where we really do live on a planet. And I guess we came here to experience this violence, and that's part of our growth too, huh?
Well, we have our individual journey, and then we have our collective journey. The collective being first our small community, like Center for Spiritual Living North Metro, and then expanding into the larger picture, our organization and all of the centers that are all over the world, and then expanding into all of the religions and all of the ways of being. And it's constantly going outward, but yet coming inward at the same time. So it's about, life is always about insights and inspiration. I look at insights as something, looking over my life, looking at all the work I've done to get to where I am today, to be more expansive than I was 2 years ago or 20 years ago, and to look at it and see the mistakes that I thought were mistakes when they happened as now an opportunity to grow. And if I can look at what it taught me and how I expanded from that experience, then I can move on. If I just see it as mistakes all my life, then I'll repeat and I'll repeat and I'll keep doing everything the same way. So insights come from looking at the so-called mistakes and seeing them as revelations that have taken place. Now, inspiration for me is to be going through something and to have the insight at the moment you're going through that. So you don't have to wait and look back. You see it in that moment clearly, what it has to do with you and what meaning it has for you on your eternal journey. The eternal The one thing that awakened beings need to understand, and if they're awakened, they already understand it, is to not get caught up in the idea of endings. Because in spirit, there's no such thing as endings. There's always new beginnings. So if we're thinking always in terms of something ending, then we get stuck in the ending. And the ending is there for a divine reason, for you to step into your next higher yet to be. And looking back at my life and looking where I am now, I can honestly say from the depth of my being that I am here now. And I have awakening to the small part of me that wanted to be awake. And there's still more and more for me to expand into. And that's true for each and every one of us. We're all on our divine path, and we're all here to explore and experience the spiritual means by which we live and have our being. And so I just invite you to just look at where you are right now and give yourself a pat on the back, because you made it. You made it here. I can think when I was a young person, and in my 30s was young, thinking, oh, I'm 30 years old now. I don't think I'll live for very long. I really thought that. I really thought that my lifestyle at the time wouldn't provide for me to live a long life. And now that I'm at this age, it's like, wow, I lived a long life. And there's still so much life left to live.
Right. We're not done yet.
We're not done yet. So it's important to know that when you live for the journey, you're not looking at how old you are. You're not looking at what you've accomplished. You're not looking at mistakes. You're not looking at something glorious that has taken place in your life. You're looking at, here I am, right here, right now. And I'm more than I thought I'd be then. And I'm where I'm at now. And I'm looking forward to expanding into many more opportunities of life. Because life is about infinite opportunities and multiple choices. When I come to a fork in the road, I have the choice to go left, to go right. And if I'm spiritually thinking, my intuition will tell me which way to go. But if I'm not spiritually thinking, I'll still make a choice, and I'll still get exactly what I needed by making that choice. Because our choices are always perfect. They're always what was called forth from our inner being, our subconscious, to bring this experience that I'm having at this time. So, does that make sense?
It did to me. Did it make sense to you guys? I guess it made sense.
It reminds me,
Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead, Harold.
Say it.
Please.
an expression that I revisit frequently. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
Yes.
So say it again in case people couldn't hear him. I think they can, but say it in case they couldn't.
Go ahead, Harold. Say it again.
If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
If you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. And that, to me, is profound.
It is. Every time Harold speaks, it's profound. We're grateful for it.
So getting back to this thing called our journey, it's joy. And when you realize that there are no endings and there's infinite beginnings, then you can live for the highest purpose that you choose to live for. You can take this moment and say, I choose to live and be this emanation of pure spirit. I choose to let God guide me, direct me, love me, surround me in its glory, bring me everything that I need, and allow me to give back in the same way that I received. And that's a loving way to be.
I want to read a couple of things.
Okay.
Ernest Holmes says, if day by day we have a greater understanding and a clearer concept, if daily we are realizing more of truth and applying it in our actions, then we are on the right path and eventually we shall be made free. And then a little later, I really liked this part. Take time every day to picture life as we wish it to be. Make a mental note of the ideal. And I think that's a thing sometimes I forget to do. I get to thinking about how things are, but I don't take that time to just really visualize how it could be, what I can be doing, what could be happening, and really spend some time purposefully creating my life going forward as opposed to just kind of hit or missing it sometimes.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
It does, as long as you don't get clingy to what it is that you desire.
Right.
Because your desire may be taking you, it may be the thing that inspires you to move towards it, but in moving towards it, you may find yourself being experiencing something that had nothing to do with that desire. In other words, the desire takes you in a direction. It's the fork in the road. The desire I can take to the right, or I don't want to take the chance because I'm too afraid and go to the left. But either way, you're going to get exactly what you need. Because if you go to the left and it's out of fear, then you're needing to have that experience in order to get back on the path to go right. And I'm not using those two. You could change it from right to left and left to right. They don't necessarily have anything to do with it. It's about the choice,
Right.
the choice that you make. And if you make a choice and it feels like a mistake, just know it's not a mistake. It's an opportunity that you needed in order to grow into your higher yet to be.
Well said.
So, what are you going to do with your life? You're going to go out there and get hung up by endings, or you're going to wake up to your new beginning? Because each day that we awake, there's a new beginning. There's a new way of seeing life. There was snow yesterday, there's sunshine today, and tomorrow, who knows what will happen. But right now, and Colorado's a good place to learn that lesson. Just thought about it. When I lived in California, the weather was the same all the time. There was no season. But Colorado's like, okay, you think, here it is, it's the winter's over, and it's summer. And it's like, no, the winter's not over because it just snowed. And before that, it was 80 degrees. So
But that was really weird going from 80 degrees to snow. But I know everybody knows this, and they probably say it in every state, but if they say around here, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, it'll change. That's certainly been true this year.
that's good. It has to do with what we're talking about. Just be loose. Just know that your journey is sacred. And it's always about the journey, because the journey takes you to where you need to be time and time again. And that's true in this place, on this earth, in this body, and it's true in the next experience we have, no matter what it is. We will be on our journey. And ultimately, I assume that there is an ultimate nirvana, where we're in this place of absolutely knowing all is well. And we live and have our being totally in oneness, which is what we're trying to do on this plane. So, what do you think?
I think we should pray.
Reverend Valerie said we should pray, so let us pray.
So I just invite you to close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And as we're breathing in and breathing out, we recognize that that is God, breathing our breath, beating our hearts. That God is the thinker into which we think our thoughts. That right where I am, right where each one of us is, God is in its entirety, all of the time. And I know that that divine being is omnipresent. It is omniscient. It is eternal and all powerful and everlasting. And I know that we are one with that one life, with that one love, with that one power, with that one presence. And so I know for each and every one of us that we are here experiencing this physical being on this physical planet for our good and for the good of all. So I know for each one of us, radiant health and loving relationships and peace and harmony and truth and joy and acceptance and compassion. And I know for each person that each person has safety and opportunity and peace and harmony. And I surround this planet also with that love and with that light and with that oneness. And I know that each one of us makes a difference. And so as we center ourselves in that oneness, in that place of absolutely knowing the truth of our being, and that all is well all the time, we create that wellness around the planet. And I pass this word to Reverend Michael.
Thank you. O sacred and holy divine life, guide me and direct me in this day. Give me what I need to move forward on my magnificent journey. Unravel all that is tangled. Open me to the goodness that I am. Open me to the wonder of life. Awaken me in places where I am asleep. Give me that which I need to move forward on this magnificent journey. I know I call this forth for myself and for each person that decides a yes to this also. Know that we're all sacred beings on our sacred journey, which unfolds from glory to glory to glory. And so let us accept in this moment that these words that have been spoken are complete. Let us accept in this moment that which is calling us forward to move in a direction that is the highest and best for each one of us, that we take that first step with enthusiasm, with faith, with a sense of unending love. And know that as we accept this as our truth, accept this word as ours individually, we give thanks. Together, we're so grateful for our individual path and for the path of each and every person that's part of our lives. And so, with a heart full of gratitude, with a loving heart, with an open heart, with an accepting heart, I release these words into the law, knowing they cannot come back. They're fulfilled. And we accept them by saying together, and so it is.
Amen. Ashe. Aho.
Amen.
Amen. And woohoo!
wiped my brow and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. Every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true. That God blessed the broken road that led me straight to you. I think about the years I spent just passing through. I'd like to have the time I lost and give it back to you. But you just smile and take my hand. You've been there too and you understand. It's all a part of a grander plan that is coming true. Every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true. That God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. Yes, God bless the broken road that led me straight to you.
Wow.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
You're just such a joy. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Happy to be here. Yes, thank you.
And the perfect song.
Yeah, as always.
Right.
Well, you know me, I take it in. I take in that one line and I think on it, and usually something will pop into my mind. And as you have reminded me, it's my ministry too. So it's what I
Absolutely.
choose to put forth for the day. And that was a song by Rascal Flatts. It's one of my favorite tunes, and so
Yeah.
there you have it.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to look forward to one
More, yeah.
after
Yes.
we finish the business.
Okay.
So I invite you to look into your hearts and open the consciousness of giving and see if this is a place that you choose to give this day. So we open ourselves up to the love and the light of your gift, knowing that it is such a blessing, and we're so grateful for your giving, and we accept it with the same love in which it was given. Valerie?
And so the easiest way to donate is to go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org. And there's several ways to give right there. There's also Venmo. So if you use Venmo, you can just look for CSL North Metro, and that's where we are. And I think that's it. Oh, we take checks and cash too.
Yeah.
Thank you for your donations.
Well, there's still such a thing as checks and cash. Okay, shine your light towards this basket. If you're outside of this room, you just shine it towards your screen and repeat after me. Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you for this opportunity to give from my heart.
Thank you for this opportunity to give from my heart.
I give freely. I give lovingly,
I give lovingly,
knowing that it is all good.
knowing that it is all good.
I say thanks
I say thanks
and let it be.
and let it be.
And so it
And
is.
so it is. Sometimes I forget I'm supposed to talk. Okay.
Anything else to say?
Am I? No.
Nope, Susan.
So I'm going to do a song for you by Paul McCartney and the Beatles
Oh,
because I grew up listening to the Beatles and I was actually in love with Paul McCartney for most of my adult life.
Who
And
was it?
so I'm happy to do one of his songs for you this morning. This is called The Long and Winding Road.
oh.
Oh.
The long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear. I've seen that road before. It always leads me here. Lead me to your door. The wild and windy night that the rain washed away has left a pool of tears, crying for the day. Why leave me standing here? Let me know the way. Many times I've been alone, many times I've cried. Anyway, you'll never know. Many ways I've tried, and still they lead me back to that long, winding road. You left me standing here a long, long time ago. Don't leave me waiting here. Lead me to your door. But still they lead me back to that long, winding road. You left me standing here a long, long time ago. Don't keep me waiting here. Lead me to your door.
No, you're magnificent. What a miracle. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We got Sheila. You produced it all by yourself today and did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Ernestine, for your wonderful readings and affirmations. And thank all those who tuned in to us today. We appreciate your becoming part of this spiritual center, no matter where you are on this earth.
So join us on Zoom, and I've been having troubles lately. So I got it up and running. That's what I did when I wasn't on the screen. I've been having the thing. It's like I go set up the Zoom meeting. It says, please wait for the host to let you in. And it's like, I'm in the booth. I'm like, yeah. I know. Anyway, it's been like that for the last few weeks. So it's up and it's running. The link is working. So join us right after this. We'd love to have a conversation with you.
Yes.
So, you benedictions out?
Yes.
Thank you.
Once again, giving actually thanks to the source of all life. That life is my life. That life is every individual on this planet and everywhere in the universe. That one life that lives and has its being through each one of us as it guides us and directs us to our higher and being. I send you out into this knowing that the highest and best good takes place in you. Each one of you fulfill that which you're called to do with joy and inspiration. And knowing that this work is a fulfilling work and that it's complete now, I can now release it into love and love by simply saying all together, and so it is.
So it is.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Thank you.
Join us on Zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.